You're standing in your kitchen at 3 in the morning, staring at your phone screen. The numbers glow back at you. $10,000! It's not the amount that surprises you anymore. It's how different you feel looking at it. 6 months ago, seeing any 4-digit number in your account would have felt like winning a small lottery. Now something deeper has shifted. You're not calculating whether you can afford tomorrow's coffee or next week's groceries. You're not mentally rehearsing apologies to friends about why you can't join dinner plans. For the first time in years, maybe ever, you're thinking about what you want to do, not what you're afraid you can't afford. When did survival mode end and this quiet sense of possibility begin? Before we begin, remember, what follows isn't advice but reflection, a way to understand how money moves through thought and emotion. There exists a moment in every person's financial journey that researchers and psychologists have begun to identify as a psychological threshold. Not the moment you become wealthy, but the moment your brain stops operating from a place of fear. It happens around $10,000 for most people, though the exact number matters less than what it represents. This isn't about purchasing power or investment returns. This is about the fundamental rewiring that occurs when your nervous system finally believes it's safe. Think of your financial anxiety as a smoke detector that's been going off for months, maybe years. Every unexpected expense, every bill, every glance at your account balance triggers that same alarm. Your stress hormones surge, your decision-making narrows. You choose the cheapest option, not the best one. You avoid risks that could improve your situation because any risk feels dangerous when you're already at the edge. But somewhere around $10,000, that alarm finally stops shrieking. The silence feels almost disorienting at first. What you've crossed isn't just a financial milestone. You've crossed from what psychologists call a scarcity mindset into abundance thinking. When you have nothing saved, every dollar feels precious because losing it brings you closer to catastrophe. But when you have $10,000 sitting quietly in your account, individual dollars begin to feel less precious. This seems backwards, but it's the key to everything that follows. You become more willing to spend money on things that could increase your earning potential because you're no longer afraid of small losses. The person with no savings might skip a $50 networking event because $50 feels enormous when you're living paycheck to paycheck. The person with $10,000 saved attends that same event and meets someone who offers them a job paying $5,000 more per year. The safety net doesn't make you careless with money. It makes you strategic with opportunities. This is what wealthy people mean when they say money goes to money. It's not cosmic favoritism. It's that having money creates options, and options create more chances to make money. Your sleep improves first. Studies show that people with emergency funds report significantly better sleep quality than those without savings. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of insomnia, and removing that stress has immediate health benefits. Your relationships improve too. Money stress causes more divorces and family conflicts than almost any other factor. When you're not constantly worried about bills, you have more emotional energy to invest in the people you care about. You're less irritable, less anxious, more present in conversations. But perhaps the most profound change is how you begin to perceive time itself. When you're broke, time feels like an enemy. Every day that passes without improving your situation feels like falling further behind. But when you have financial breathing room, time becomes an ally. You can wait for better opportunities. You can invest in yourself through education or skills training. You can think in years instead of weeks. Consider the psychological phenomenon of decision fatigue. Every day you make thousands of tiny financial calculations. Should you buy name brand or generic? Can you afford lunch out or should you pack a sandwich? Is premium gas worth it, or will regular be fine? Each micro-decision burns mental energy. By evening, you're exhausted from constantly calculating survival. But when you have $10,000 in the bank, 90% of these daily financial decisions become irrelevant. You choose based on preference, not panic. The mental energy you free up gets redirected toward bigger questions about your future. The transformation isn't immediate or dramatic. It's more like watching the sun rise. You don't notice the exact moment darkness becomes light, but suddenly you realize you can see clearly. One day you walk into a grocery store and focus on what you want to eat instead of what you can afford. You realize your car needs maintenance and feel mild annoyance instead of panic. A friend invites you to a conference that could advance your career, and instead of making excuses, you run the numbers to see if it makes sense. This shift touches every corner of your existence in ways you never expected. You carry yourself differently, you negotiate better, you're more willing to walk away from bad deals because desperation no longer drives your choices. This confidence often results in better job offers and higher compensation, creating a positive feedback loop that accelerates your financial progress. The most beautiful part of this transformation is that it proves something profound about human nature. You don't need to be rescued by luck or inheritance or sudden windfalls. The capacity for financial security lives within the small, consistent choices you make every day. $10,000 isn't magic money that falls from the sky. It's the result of becoming the type of person who saves money, and that identity shift creates ripple effects extending far beyond your bank account balance. The moment arrives without fanfare. You're checking your balance before bed, and there it sits. $10,043. Not rounded, not perfect, just quietly substantial. You close the app and realize something has fundamentally shifted. The number itself isn't what matters. It's that for the first time in years, you're not immediately calculating how long this money needs to last or what crisis might claim it next. There's space now between you and financial catastrophe. Space to breathe. Space to think beyond tomorrow's survival. When did the desperate math in your head finally go quiet? Before we begin, remember, what follows isn't advice, but reflection, a way to understand how money moves through thought and emotion. Neuroscientists have discovered that financial security literally rewires your brain. When you live without savings, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, remains in a constant state of activation. Every financial decision gets filtered through fear. Every unexpected expense triggers fight or flight responses designed for life-threatening emergencies, not broken appliances or medical bills. This chronic stress state doesn't just affect your wallet, it shapes your personality, your relationships, your capacity for joy. But somewhere around $10,000, something remarkable happens. That alarm system finally powers down. The difference isn't mathematical, it's neurological. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and strategic thinking, can finally function without the interference of survival panic. You begin making decisions from a place of possibility rather than desperation. This shift touches everything from career choices to grocery shopping to how you sleep at night. You realize this transformation isn't really about the money at all. It's about becoming someone who believes they deserve safety. The $10,000 sitting in your account isn't just currency. It's proof that you can take care of yourself, that your future self matters enough to protect. That quiet confidence changes everything about how you move through the world. The number itself will grow or shrink with time, but the person who built it remains. You've crossed from survival into possibility, and that crossing cannot be undone.